When Henry retired, the college invited him to a small farewell ceremony. Only a few staff members showed up. He smiled, thanked everyone, and handed the dean a plain brown envelope. "Please open this after I leave," he said softly. No one really knew who he was. To most students, he was just the janitor. But to those who would one day receive that envelope's gift, he was a hero they'd never met. This is the story of a man who cleaned halls for 40 years, not to make a living, but to make a difference. In a quiet college in a small American town, there worked an old janitor named Henry. He was the first to arrive every morning and the last to leave every night. No one really noticed him, but he noticed everyone. Students passed him every day. Some smiled, most didn't. To them, he was just the janitor. But Henry never minded. He cleaned the halls as if they were sacred, because to him, every dream built there was worth protecting. He lived alone in a small house on the edge of town. Every month, he set aside a few dollars in an old tin box. Money he could have spent on himself, but chose not to. For 40 years, he saved like that. A little every month, a few dollars at a time. No one knew his secret, not until the day he retired. When Henry retired, the college invited him to a small farewell ceremony. Only a few staff members showed up. He smiled, thanked everyone, and handed the dean a plain brown envelope. "Please open this after I leave," he said softly. When the dean opened it later that day, she froze. Inside was a check for $80,000. Every cent Henry had saved over 40 years of work. Attached was a short note. For students who dream big, but can't afford to chase it. The room went silent. No one could believe it. The man who cleaned their halls, who never took a day off, had built a scholarship. Not with fame or power, but with faith and love. That day, the college renamed its scholarship fund the Henry Walker Scholarship. For those who dream and do. And for the first time, everyone realized true success doesn't wear a suit. A year later, the first scholarship was awarded. The recipient was a young woman named Emily, the daughter of a single mother who cleaned houses for a living. Emily walked to the microphone with shaking hands and said, "I never met Mr. Henry, but because of him, I can now become the first doctor in my family." As the crowd applauded, a photo of Henry was projected on the screen behind her. His kind smile glowing under the words, "He gave so others could dream." Some people cried. Others simply stood in silence. That year, 3 more students received the same scholarship. Each of them carried Henry's name, not on their uniforms, but in their hearts. And slowly everyone on campus began to see what Henry had seen all along. That greatness isn't about wealth. It's about heart. Long after Henry was gone, his story kept spreading. New students arrived every year, and before their first class, they would always hear his name. They would learn that a janitor, a man most never noticed, gave everything he had just so others could dream. Some people chase success their whole lives. Power, fame, money. Henry never chased any of that. He just lived with purpose. And in the end, he achieved what few ever do. Immortality of the heart. Because true greatness isn't found in titles or paychecks. It's found in quiet acts of kindness that outlive us all. Henry may have cleaned the floors of that college, But what he truly did was polish the hearts of everyone who walked on them. Somewhere, someone like Henry is still out there, sweeping a floor, fixing a light, holding a dream for someone else. And maybe we walk past them every day, never realizing we're walking past greatness. Henry taught us that the size of your paycheck means nothing if the size of your heart can change the world. So if you've ever felt small, invisible, or unimportant, remember Henry, because sometimes the people who shine the least leave the brightest light behind. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs hope today. Comment yes if you believe kindness still matters. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind us what being human truly means.